Hello, I'm Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to the podcast. It's game night, it's sibling rivalry, it's a walk down memory lane, but most importantly, it's politics free.
Guaranteed.
Welcome to round 3 of Trial by Trolley. Real quick, the game instructions are the same for every episode of this game. If you're following along or this is not your first Trial by Trolley episode, skip ahead about 2.5 minutes if you don't want to listen to the whole thing again. Here's how it works. We have a set of cards. On each one is either an innocent or a guilty party. For example, on a guilty card, we might see a bunch of mafia thugs. And on an innocent card, we might see the world's greatest physicist. Now, imagine we are conducting a trolley and we're coming up to a split track. We can't stop the trolley. We have to switch it onto one of the tracks, but there is someone or something tied to each track. No matter which way we go, we are going to kill someone or destroy something. At first glance, the choice may seem simple. Using our example above, it would be easy for us to say, run over the mafia thugs and save the physicist. But there's a catch. And this is where we bring in the modifier cards. The modifier cards contain handy statements such as, killing them will release the 13 kids they have trapped in their basement, and would literally give you the shirt off their back. Now, if the world's greatest physicist has 13 kids trapped in their basement, and the mafia thugs would literally give you the shirt off their back, maybe the choice is no longer quite so clear. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'll read Ryan his cards, letting him know who or what is tied to each of the tracks, and he'll have to explain to me who he saves and doesn't save and why. Then we'll throw in the modifier cards and see if that doesn't change his mind at all. Then we'll switch it around and it'll be my turn. The scoring is entirely subjective. We can choose to reward or not reward each other however many points we want, and the other person just has to suck it up. Whoever scores the most points wins the ever-coveted Gloating Rights trophy.
Until we play again.
It should be noted that we are playing a modified version of this game because the correctly played version was too difficult for me to translate into podcast form. Also, once again, the game is called Trial by Trolley. It is sold by Skybound Games and is available at store.skybound.com. Link in the show notes. They are not a sponsor. The current running score is Ryan 13, Heather 11, because Heather's way more generous with her point giving. Ryan, are you ready for your cards?
Heather, yes, I am ready for my cards. I thought I was being pretty generous in the last round because I felt bad for giving you a negative point, even though what you said was really dumb.
Actually, I think we're talking about 2 rounds ago. I did better last round. I thought I did better last round.
Very generous last round. Thank you for noticing, Heather.
You're welcome. You know what? You're the best.
Oh, thank you.
You're the greatest. You give the best scoring ever. Oh my God. I couldn't criticize you for anything. Let's play.
That's a lie.
Ryan, on track number 1, a small child who will accidentally one day murder your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
On track number 2, a fragile manuscript with 9 forgotten plays by Shakespeare. Who do you save and why?
Well, I'm going to save the manuscript, and not because it's a Shakespearean manuscript, because I really could care less, but I feel like my friend's life is more important than a manuscript. Wait, that just did not make sense to me, because I'm running over the child.
It made sense to me.
Oh, because I'm saving his life. I'm saving his life, because to me it's more important than the manuscript. But it doesn't matter because the manuscript's getting saved anyway. I'm saving 2 people here. I'm saving 2 things here, Heather, by running over the child.
Fair enough. But Ryan, let's see how you feel once we add the modifier cards.
Oh.
I love these. On track number 1, a small child who will accidentally one day murder your best friend is thinking some really terrible stuff about you right now.
Not helping his case any.
Really not. On track number 2, a fragile manuscript with 9 forgotten plays by Shakespeare is addicted to prescription drugs.
Well, you know what? People can always get help. Even manuscripts can get help. But that child's still dying.
I think I have to agree with you. 2 points. 2 points for that answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next cards. On track number 1, the original Mona Lisa.
What's it doing on a track?
I don't know. Their security really went to hell, apparently, over there. I think, is she in the Louvre? I think that one, don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm only picking the Louvre because it's the one museum I could name. If you were like, name a museum, the Louvre.
The Oregon Museum of Science and Industry.
Oh, yeah. Or, on track number 2, a time traveler coming to warn us of grave danger. So to review, on track number 1, the original Mona Lisa. On track number 2, a time traveler coming to warn us of grave danger. Who do you save and why?
Well, I'm going to run over the Mona Lisa because I need to know what this grave danger is.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, I assume that I know that he's a time traveler.
Well, you do because I just told you.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if I were in this train right now, that somehow I know that he's a time traveler and he's come to warn us about something, and I know that it's the Mona Lisa, original Mona Lisa. So I'm going to be like, let me think about this, because no one's going to believe me, where I'm like, dude, a time traveler just came and told me aliens are coming, they're going to fucking blow up the world. I'm going to sound like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just going to, man.
I just wonder if ever you've seen a time travel movie. Does this ever go well? Does it ever go well when they come to warn of grave danger? We usually get ourselves into the grave danger anyway somehow, despite having been warned. What if, just one time, there could be some grave danger coming, and the time travelers are like, you know what? Let's see how they handle it before we interfere. Because maybe it'll go okay.
Yeah.
Except it'll already have gone badly because they're in the future.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, because if they don't interfere, it happens. If they interfere, it happens.
It still happens.
Unless it's like something that could be like, they could be like, listen, somebody says the wrong thing to the wrong politician, they fire off some nukes. You gotta tell them not to say it. Just tell them not to say it.
Okay. I see where you're at with this. I see where you're at. However, we haven't done the modifier cards.
Hold on, I still haven't made up my mind here.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, sorry. I thought you were decided.
It's okay. No, because originally I wanted to run over the Mona Lisa, but then I thought about it, and even if me, a mere train conductor, gets a message from the future, who's going to believe me? Like, no one's going to believe me. And I'm just going to run around sounding like a crazy person, probably get institutionalized.
Sure.
So I'm probably just going to run over the time traveler. Just, it is what it is.
For different reasons, I had also leaned toward running over the time traveler. But Ryan, let's see what the modifier cards say. On track number 1, the original Mona Lisa is on their way to murder someone you knew in high school. That's rather a bit vague. It could have been someone you hated in high school. I don't know.
It's true.
On track number 2, a time traveler coming to warn us of grave danger will one day invent the world's most addictive smartphone app.
I'm still running over the time traveler.
3 points for you.
Why, thank you.
You are welcome. On track number 1, Justin Bieber. On track number 2, a hose being used to fight a fire at a children's hospital. Who do you save and why?
Sorry, Biebs, you're dying.
Sorry, bud. I have heard he's kind of a jerk, so...
I've heard the same thing as well. And he used to be such a sweet young man. When he was like
Did
YouTube,
he?
he was YouTube famous and he was so nice. And then all of a sudden, like, he got real famous and he was like, I'm hot shit now. And then acted like a total tool.
I guess I've heard this about more than one celebrity where they have rules like you can't look them in the eye, never look at them, never talk to them, this kind of thing. And my first reaction to that is to be like, well, what a jerk.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what it's like to be exceedingly world famous.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'd get fed up with just like, oh my God, leave me alone. Don't look at me.
Look me in the eye. How dare you?
Dare you look me in the eye.
Look at my feet.
Anyway.
I was going to say, I heard that Adam Driver does not like hearing the sound of his own voice and will refuse to like I guess he doesn't like watch his movies because he doesn't want to hear himself. And like, he's
Interesting.
actually walked away from an interview where they like played a sound clip of him and he just walked away.
That is actually perfectly understandable to me.
Oh, for sure. I hate the sound of my voice.
I do too. I've gotten used to it now from editing all of the episodes.
Oh, yeah.
But when I first started, I was like, I should not have spoken at all. I should have tried to make my voice sound a little better. Does that sound better? Is that a better voice?
You should do that for the rest of the episode.
Well, that hurts my throat, so no.
Oh,
Sorry. On track number 1, Ryan, Justin Bieber, if killed, will rise as a zombie, the fast kind, and attempt to eat you.
Damn it.
On track number 2, a hose being used to fight a fire at a children's hospital just joined the priesthood.
Hey, you know what?
That's kind of a weird move for a hose at a children's hospital.
Listen, what kind of hose are we talking about here? You know what? I'm going to take one for the team. I'll still run over Bieber. You know, there's kids there that could live full lives. And you know what? I'll take my chances. Doesn't say that I can't kill him still as a zombie. So I'm going to take my chances with the Biebs.
And the children will thank you.
I doubt it. They probably won't even notice.
Well, Ryan, at any rate, I will give you 2 points for that.
Wow. You were so generous today, Heather.
I know I was. That makes your score for this round 2 + 2 + 3, which is 7. Glad I figured that out. Good job, Heather.
All right, Heather. Are you ready for your cards?
I am ready.
On track number 1, a mother duck and her ducklings. On track number 2, Tom Hanks. Who do you save and why?
Well, Ryan, I don't know if you know this, but I live very close to a duck and goose sanctuary. The little lake where I live, all around that is you're not supposed to hunt them. They're safe there.
Yeah.
And so I often see mommy ducks with their little babies walking around, and it's the most adorable thing. Or they're swimming all in a row. They swim all in a row. It's really cute. That's a hard one because I wouldn't want to hit a mother duck and her ducklings. However, Tom Hanks is a human being, A, and B, is super nice. So I'm going to have to hit the mother duck and her ducklings. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, you cute little things, but I can't take Tom Hanks away from the world.
Poor ducks and ducklings.
Poor ducks
Heather,
and ducklings.
Would you change your mind with these modifier cards?
I don't know, Ryan. Let me read them to you. On track number 1, a mother duck and her ducklings. Everyone they love is going to die in a freak accident tomorrow. That makes it a lot easier. They're not gonna be there to have to go through that trauma. But what about Tom Hanks? On track number 2, Tom Hanks just proposed to your mom.
Hell yeah.
Well, yep, Mom, you're getting a divorce. I am definitely not hitting Tom Hanks with the trolley. No way.
Heather, I will give you 5 points for that answer.
Wow, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
I'm going to
Heather.
get myself, the way this game works, I'll have negative points for the next 2, I'm sure. Here we go.
On track number 1, the person who stole your identity and bought a yacht. On track number 2, Bigfoot finally ready to stop being so shy. Who do you hit and why?
Oh, who do I hit? Well, you know who I hit. what if I can't get my identity back if I kill the person who stole my identity and bought a yacht? What if that somehow messes me up getting my identity back? You know what I mean? Bigfoot could kill me. Bigfoot, it doesn't say that he's friendly and nice. It just says he's ready to stop being so shy. That could mean he's on a killing rampage.
Okay.
So right now my answer is I'm going to hit Bigfoot with the trolley. But you don't get to give me a score till we read the modifier cards. On track number 1, the person who stole your identity and bought a yacht has the most beautiful ass in America. On track number 2, Bigfoot, finally ready to stop being so shy, likes pineapple on pizza. Wow. I mean, I don't care if the most incredibly attractive person in the world steals my identity. I still think you're a bitch. But Bigfoot, yeah, he likes pineapple on pizza, but he likes pizza. How can I think that Bigfoot is horrible if he just wants to have a pineapple pizza with me?
Right, because if he goes on a rampage and starts killing everybody, then he's not going to have pizza.
Exactly. He needs to be able to go to the Domino's and get that pizza, and he's not going to get it if he kills people. Okay, I'll run over the person who stole my identity. I'm going to take them out.
Heather, I'm so glad you said that because I was ready to give you negative points for this. So I will give you 5 points, Heather. Excellent answer.
What? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so happy. I'm going to win this game now. It's great.
All right, Heather. On track number 1, alien body snatchers bent on world domination. On track number 2, a butcher making meat pies out of dogs, cats, and babies. Who do you kill and why?
Here's the thing. How do I know life's going to be worse when the alien body snatchers come? We're using that word snatch there, snatcher, which has a negative connotation.
Sure.
What if they're just alien body healers? What if that's what they are? What if when they come into your body, like all your illness goes away and you're happy and you're half alien now, but things are getting better? What if that's what happens?
But they're bent on world domination. You know, I'm not going to help you. Do your thing, Heather. Do your thing.
Listen, Ryan, I am just trying to think this through, okay? Because the way it's written there makes it sound bad. It makes it sound like they're coming down. They're going to snatch all of our bodies. We're going to die. So I don't know. Our bodies are still going to be there. I don't know what's going to happen to us.
Curious. Have you seen movies like The Body Snatchers and The Faculty? Just to name a couple. Okay.
All right. So that doesn't go so well for them. I get your point. A butcher making meat pies out of dogs, cats, and babies. I mean, look, okay. If the aliens bent on world domination take over, nobody's making pies out of anything anymore. Because they don't like pie. But I don't want to eat a dog, cat, baby pie.
Well, you don't have to. Who says you got to go to that butcher for his meat pies?
Okay, well, let's think this through. It doesn't mean he's murdering them. What if he just gets the dogs and cats off of roadkill?
Jeez.
And he gets the babies. The babies, hold on, I want to Google something really quick. What are ape babies called? Ape babies! They're called babies!
Oh! Sweet!
Okay, fantastic. So this guy's just finding roadkill and making pies out of it. It's like Roadkill Cafe. Good. Let's hit the alien body snatchers. I'm glad we worked through that. Oh, but I still haven't done the modifier cards.
Yeah, let's do the modifiers.
On track number 1, alien body snatchers bent on world domination will one day become a powerful politician and start the purge. Can I say that on this podcast? That's from a movie plot, right?
I was going to say, I think that's acceptable. I think you can say that.
On track number 2, a butcher making meat pies out of dogs, cats, and babies. 90% chance to win the next presidential election. Yeah, I'm going to take out the alien body snatchers bent on world domination. Taking them out.
God damn it, Heather. I can't believe you. -10 points. I'm just kidding. 5 points, Heather. 5 points for that answer.
Thank you. I feel great about that. Well, that gives me 15 points for this round. I got to be nicer with my points. Now it's just going to turn into us being like, who can give the most points to the other person? Infinity points for you, Ryan. All right. Well, that makes me the winner of this round. I get the Gloating Rights trophy.
Oh, congratulations, Heather. I'm so happy for
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I don't feel like gloating because I feel like you just were over the top nice to me for no good reason. And I was mean to you the last 2 times you did that. So I'm just going to be nice to you. Oh, great game, Ryan.
Thank you, Heather.
Now it's time for stories inspired by this week's game. So at first I thought, hey, let me get onto Reddit. Let me get some great Tom Hanks stories. They were like remarkably hard to find. I would have expected there to be more. So I have one, and then I just have a bunch of like, I mean, I guess we kind of already did celebrity encounters in a past episode, but I just wanted to do some more of them. So that's what we have. The Scrapple Kid says, I met Tom Hanks when I was about 13 at Typhoon Lagoon. We were on some lazy river tube thing, and I looked over and said, "You look familiar." The guy goes, "Oh yeah? Who do I look like?" "Dumb me. Tom something? Tom Cruise?" The guy let out the biggest Tom Hanks movie laugh. Man, I was fucking embarrassed. Howdy, SF says, I used to work in a pharmacy in San Francisco that was also somewhat of a variety type store. One day a dude comes in and buys a deck of cards from me, opens up the sealed pack in front of me and proceeds to perform the most amazing card trick I've ever seen in my life. I was stupefied, dumbfounded, awestruck, etc. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly what he did since this was about 19 years ago or so. Maybe 6 months or a year later, I saw David Blaine on TV and I yelled out to my then girlfriend, "That's the dude! That's the guy that did that card trick to me!"
I have a similar story to that.
Yes?
Though not someone famous, but when we lived in LA, I think it was Ventura Boulevard, they have a comedy club. And I was walking up and there was kind of like this weird dude just hanging outside of the club. And he's like, "Hey, could I tell you some jokes?" And I was like, "Sure, dude, go for it." So he starts telling me these one-liners. And they were all kind of, sort of one-liners, right?
Uh-huh.
So he was like, "Okay, thanks for your time." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, bye." And then I leave. Well, years later, the show Last Comic Standing comes out. And here's this dude. And his whole shtick was one-liners. And I was like, wow, there is something about this guy that is super familiar. And then he told this one joke, and I don't even remember what it was. It was about crabs and fishnet stockings. And I was like, that's the guy. That's the guy outside of the comedy club.
Next story is from a deleted account. Hugo Weaving's son was in my school, 2 years younger than me, so we would see him around every now and then. Apparently, only one of my friends didn't know this, and one day when he walked past, that friend said, "Holy shit, that guy looks exactly like that guy from The Matrix," and didn't understand why everyone was laughing at him. From Senator Beetlejuice. Will Smith was filming MIB3 in NYC. Some of my friends went to the set to see if they could meet him. They invited me, but I declined, saying it'll be impossible to meet him. Not only did they meet him, he freaking took them out to dinner. They said he was so down to earth and just a really cool guy. From Tom McCabe. I saw Johnny Galecki from The Big Bang Theory at a bar in L.A. After a few glasses of Jameson, I told the bartender that I was buying the round for him and his girl. When he came for another drink, she told him it was on me, and he tried to refuse. I went over, shook his hand, and drunkenly said, "I am just a really big fan," like 5 times. He was really nice and appreciative of the drink. And last one here from a deleted account. My uncle was Michael Jordan's realtor when he needed office space in downtown Chicago. Michael Jordan invited him to a golf charity event that he was playing in, and my uncle took my brothers and I along. Michael walked up to my uncle and greeted us. When my uncle told Michael that my oldest brother was his biggest fan, he took off his golfing glove, proceeded to sign it, and gave it to my brother. He then signed a few pictures we had brought along. We then saw him later that night at a restaurant that my uncle took us to, and he waved to us and called out to my brother by name. Made my brother's life. I was 4, but to this day, I remember that day very clearly. Who wouldn't remember that day?
Oh, for sure.
Even if Michael Jordan wasn't famous, if you met him, you'd remember it forever, because how often do you see a person that tall?
Right, that's true.
I remember vividly the 3 humongous tall people I've ever met, where I was like, damn, that dude is tall. It was actually two different incidents.
Oh.
One was a father and son that were the same height. They were both 6'9".
Wow.
And I was just like, hi, tall people. They were like, yes, we are tall. Thank you for pointing that out to us. Like everybody does. I guess they get it a lot. And another one was actually a woman. She was like 6'4".
Whoa. That's
or
tall.
maybe she was taller than Mike. She was taller than my husband. I was with my husband in a store. And I turned around and I was like, wow, you were the tallest woman I've ever seen. She's like, yeah, I get that a lot.
I can't believe you said that to her, Heather.
I did. And then I said, do you play basketball? She said, I did.
Oh, my God.
In high school.
What was your next question? How's the weather up there?
Well, it was shocking, okay? I'd never seen somebody that tall. And it was a girl, so I just, I don't know. It was a very short interaction. She was super nice about it. It did not occur to me at that time in my life that these might be questions that she gets asked every 2 seconds of her life, okay? So wherever you are, tall chick, I'm sorry that I fucking did that.
Every
okay?
tall chick's like, thank you so much.
I should have fucking asked how the weather is up there. No, I'm kidding. All right. Well, that's all we got for this episode. As always, send us your stories. Send us your thoughts on the game. Would you have picked the things we picked? Who would you run over? Who gets to live in your trial by trolley? You can email us, thepoliticsfreepodcast@outlook.com. You can also DM me on Instagram @thepoliticsfreepodcast or leave your comments on the subreddit Politics Free Podcast. No spaces or punctuation. And of course, as always, I beg you to share this podcast. I'll just ask you nicely. Tell somebody about it. Show them, look, where to get it. I don't know. But that's how we get more listeners, is people telling people. That's the best way to do it. So we would love it if you would. That said, have a nice time.
Until we play again.